Alright, we're going live. Hello, everybody. PNG will show up.
Test. Hello?
Okay. Let me see. I think I have your avatar here somewhere.
Do you need me to send it to you?
I set it up for that interview we did. It should still be here, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna tell people that we are reading Higurashi. Boop! Yay!
Excellent. Looks like I need to put your avatar in there again. Dang it! I thought I still had it. Oof. Whoops.
No, that's okay. It do be like that sometimes. That's totally okay.
Yeah. Did you want me to use that old one, or did you want me to use a new PNG?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Whatever is more convenient. Because, like, I have scarier ones. But,
yeah.
like, you can use the one that you already have. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm streaming. No, it's my cat.
Oh.
If you're crinkling, it's because my cat is playing with a toy.
Oh, okay.
Like, right by my microphone.
Copy this. Copy that.
Boop, boop, boop.
America, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Hi, Rika. Yeah, I have a cat. Hi, Waffle. Yeah, his name is Spoon. Okay. Hi. Yay!
There we go. We got your spooky image up.
Woo! Look at me. I'm so cool. That was like one of the first commissions I ever got done, too.
Oh, really? Nice. Maybe I should take my spooky form, too.
Do it, why not? Penguin did chapter 1. I'm here for chapter 2. Penguin has been doing, like, read-alongs with different VTubers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is scary looking.
Oh, my spooky form?
I've never seen it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Never thought you could make a penguin into a monster.
That's kind of cool, though. I dig it.
Yeah. I like his exposed brain with spider legs coming out of it. Yes. Well, welcome, everybody. We're here to do chapter 2 of Higurashi. Quick rundown. Yeah. We met Shion at the diner she worked at. We made friends with her. He's flirting with Keiichi a lot and messing with him. We just did the Watanagashi festival, and we snuck into the shed that they have with all the tools and stuff for the ceremony, and then we found out, they use that to dissect people. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, we got through the spooky part last night. It was great. But yeah,
that's so good.
we just discovered that shed, and now we're traumatized, and now it's the day after the Watanagashi festival. So
okay. I know where we are. Okay.
Now we're about to find out who died and who disappeared. I think.
Who died?
Yeah.
I was gonna make a musical theater reference, and then I was like, no, I shouldn't do that person. Well, because because it's a line from Rent.
Oh, okay.
So like it's just in the song "La Vie Boheme." They go, "Oh, who died?" And then they go, "Arakita," and then everyone's like, "Evita," and then it's part of the story that one of the characters accidentally killed their dog.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like it's just like a really silly gimmick that everyone's like, "Oh, sheep! I can't believe I did that!" Like that kind of thing.
Uh-oh. Okay, so are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this. End of chapter 7, jeez. These take forever to read, honestly. Just so long.
They do. I remember like the first time I like went through Higurashi, I was like, I had to do it in doses because I couldn't sit there for long periods of time because I get distracted.
Yeah. It took me 24 hours of streams to read the whole first chapter. Granted, if I
24 hours?
Just about, that's what Steam tells me.
Ugh.
Yeah. Average people take us like 10 hours for a chapter. So I think if you just read it in your head, it would be a lot faster than voice acting it.
Yeah.
In between
my issue is always like, because because usually I'm voice acting by myself. Mm-hmm. So like I also spend a lot of extra time like also talking, because it's hard to stream because you're also talking to people.
Yeah.
And then you're also playing game.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, is there really, Rika?
There's a mod you can install to have voice acting and stuff.
I did not know that. Yeah. Actually, I'm learning that a lot of things have mods lately. Like, I didn't realize that there were.
Yeah.
I've just always kind of like, I guess, played it vanilla.
Yeah, because fan communities make mods all the time, and we never know about it. Oh, this PS3 mod? Oh, nice.
Oh, sick.
If I ever have to do that, I might do that. If I ever have to read by myself, but yeah. Too good. Do you want to... Oh, it's not always clear who's talking, so what I have been doing is that me and the guest just take turns reading a certain amount of time, and then we just switch one from one to the other.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
That works for me.
Yeah. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's talking?
I believe it's Keiichi in her monologue.
Okay.
It's the morning after the Watanagashi.
I'm trying to think. What voice would Keiichi have? I guess it's because it's so. I guess I was gonna say I'll just give him a generic voice.
Generic teen boy, I guess.
Well, all my like all the boys sound the same. They all sound like, I let out a great big yawn. Like it all sounds like that. So I was like, can I change it? Is there a way?
That sounds like the kids in the Digimon dub.
Yeah,
or
I can't I call it my Ash Ketchum because that's what it sounds like. Hi, I'm Ash Ketchum, and these are my Pokemon.
I'm gonna say his voice is a little deeper than that.
I let out a great big yawn.
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like the morning had arrived just as I got to sleep. His mom said at breakfast she had gave me a pained smile.
Oh, dang it, Melody. Hold on, I gotta do the penguin laugh. There you go, Melody. Hope you're happy. Now I gotta hydrate. Oh, thank you for the redeems. Sorry about that. Really? Okay. You're gonna regret this.
I mean,
it's cursed.
I mean, so is mine.
That's how Penguin does it.
Literally, someone asked me to do an ara, and I went, ah. Is that how you want it? Because they were like, because I didn't specify how I was going to do the ara. And I was just like, ah. And so I was like, oh, you didn't ask for it any specific way. And I was like, you wasted your points. It's not on me.
What's the matter, Keiichi? What time did you go to sleep last night?
I believe that's his mom.
Yeah, that's why I changed my voice.
Well, I wanted to go to sleep at midnight, but I had some trouble with that. You were probably all worked up from the festival. No, that's not it. Crunch, crunch. I crunched down hard on the pickled radish to hide my embarrassment. After all that happened yesterday and our discussion about the sound Shion heard, that banging noise like a child far away jumping up and down on a wooden floor. The story wouldn't get out of my head, so I had trouble sleeping.
Oh yeah, Jian insists that she heard somebody jumping up and down in that shed, and then everybody else was like, what? And Tomitake-san, the guy with the camera, also heard it. So they're just tripping out about that.
So there's somebody in the attic.
Seems like
it's like that kind of scene. It's kind of like it's just like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's how it always starts.
Yep.
It was a long night. And I kept running at the slight sounds of faraway tree branches, which should have been either unhearable or too insignificant to notice. When I woke up to the morning sunlight and birds chirping, it made me feel pretty ashamed about it, but I felt far from refreshed this morning.
Keiichi-kun! Good morning! Huh? Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all red. Why is that? Why?
Oh, hey, good morning. I didn't get much sleep last night. So I'm sleep deprived today.
Welcome, Marion. What's this game about? Psycho yandere high school girls in a remote village in murder mystery.
I mean, if you want to call it, that's like the most. That's like the most basic way to describe it. I mean, well, I guess. Do you want to like give like a general rundown of what's happened? So, because it's chapter 2, so.
Yeah, well, the timeline reset. It's like the same story. I could sum it up. About this kid who moves to this remote village in Japan, and he's finding out that, well, he makes friends with all his classmates and stuff. And he's slowly finding out that this town has a what they believe is a curse, that every year somebody dies and someone disappears because of their angry god Oyashiro-sama. And he punishes people that try to disturb the village in the peace, is what they believe, and this kid is getting wrapped up in it. And he's finding out that all of his friends and everybody in the village is part of it slowly. It's a very interesting mix of lighthearted slice of life stuff and then very, very brutal horror psychological thriller stuff.
We love to see it.
Yes, we do.
Oh, the festival yesterday was a lot of fun. Rena's excitement took a long time to get to sleep, so I took a long time to get to sleep too. To sleep!
I got slapped with the neck. Can you repeat that all over again?
Oh no!
Really? Oh goodness.
It's that big F when you have to watch an ad.
Yeah. It's... Sum it up, it is... A kid moves to a distant, rural, village in Japan. This is set in the 80s, by the way. And he makes friends with his classmates and stuff, and the villagers. And he slowly finds out that this town has what they believe is a curse. where every year someone dies and disappears after this big festival that they have. And he is finding out that everybody is in on it but him. And it's a lot of big mix of slice of life stuff and then brutal psychological horror that ensues afterward. And we just had that festival just now, and everybody's like, uh-oh, is someone gonna die? Someone gonna disappear? And this kid just woke up and he's meeting up with his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay.
So yeah, it is a disco party.
Pretty much.
In Reina's case, her excitement seemed to still be wide awake.
They should conduct this kind of festival here more often. I'm not sure who would... Oh.
Yeah.
We can have lots of fun together again, Al?
Yeah. Reina talking about the festival yesterday made me remember everything I'd nearly forgotten from last night.
How? You literally... He just complained. He spent all night tossing and turning, thinking about it.
Yeah. Ritual
The inside is a
Oh yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, fuck. I guess I'll take over for a minute. The inside of the ritual storehouse had been so utterly different from the relaxed, bright, everyday life of Hinamizawa. All those stories that Takano-san told me too. The mysterious incidents that occurred on the day of the Watanagashi festival every year. The strange incidents where one person would die and one would disappear. The old story of Hinamizawa, flickering like a candle behind them. The numerous and horrifying traditions of Onagafuchi village. The villages with demon blood in them. The terrible cannibalistic feasts. The poor sacrifices kidnapped from human villages. Victims of the Okinakushi. To quell the rage of Oyashiro-sama, the ritual involving living sacrifices. There were also many, many others. There were so many stories that just remembering them put me in a foul mood. Most of them weren't fiction either, they were true. We didn't need to fear them just because they were real though. Since it all happened so long ago. A very long time ago. You want to take over again, Suka?
Where's Mi-chan? She's late. Sorry, my Discord decided not to like me for a second.
Huh?
Before I realized it. Nope.
Before I realized it, we had arrived at the place where we'd usually meet with Mion. Probably because I was so lost in thought. You agreed if...
You agreed if that she isn't here by now, we can just go on ahead, right? Should we?
Mion being late wasn't too rare an occurrence, but today she was unusually late. A few of the ominous tales from the night before came back to life in my mind again. Who would die this year and who would disappear? It couldn't have been Mion.
What should we do, Keiichi-kun? If we don't get going, we'll be late.
She'll be here. She didn't call to tell us she'd be staying home today, right? Let's just wait 5 more minutes, okay? Rena looked at her watch and seemed a little worried, but then she smiled with a satisfied... She nodded with a satisfied smile. If we had to wait 5 minutes, we'd have to run as fast as we could to go to school or we'd be late. As soon as I thought that, we spotted Mion running towards us out of breath.
Mi-chan! You're late!
I hope she has a piece of toast in her mouth.
That's like the staple.
Yes.
You waited? You should have just gone ahead. Mion was breathing heavily and her face was all red. Her house was right down this road, wasn't it? It wasn't far away enough for her to end up like this, was it?
Mii-chan, are you not feeling well?
Huh? Now that she mentioned it, Frina pushed Mion's bangs away and put her hand on her forehead. Frina, your hand is pretty cold.
Mii-chan, you're a little bit warm.
It's no big deal.
Give it half a day and I'll be fit as a fiddle. Are you really okay? You don't have to push yourself, you know. What's this? Kei-chan, are you worried about me? Oh, whoops. Oh well. That's nice of you. Very confusing.
It is.
That answer wasn't like Mion at all. She must have had it pretty bad. I just think you shouldn't push yourself so hard. We can tell the teacher you had to take the day off.
I'm fine. I took some medicine. I think it's already working.
Mion forced an energetic expression onto her face and flexed her biceps at us. Okay, then let's go. Don't overdo it, but of course there's the time.
What? We need to run or we won't make it. This morning sure is thrilling. Maybe it's just what I need to shake off this slowness.
I think everyone should just stay home from school. It seems like it's a very safe option. Yeah. Wait, so literally everyone but him knows about it, and this dude just found out about it, and then everyone is just like, yeah, lol. He hasn't talked to them about it yet. He's slowly finding out about it. Eventually, he's gonna confront him about it, yeah.
Oh, let's run!
Hey, wait, you're sick. Don't go overboard. Mion began to run vigorously anyway.
Mii-chan is older than us, right? She knows her own body better than anyone.
I decided to leave it at that and assume she was fine. Great, then we should get going too. We began to run after Mion. The school looked the same as always. The hours passed listlessly and my lack of sleep took its toll. If there was a sport where people competed by sleeping, I'd be world champion by now. The trick to overcoming this sort of dangerous situation was to hold your pencil upside down. Why, you ask? So you don't draw strange patterns all over your notes while half asleep. If you were holding your pencil upside down, that wouldn't happen, would it?
I just draw that S symbol that everybody drew.
Oh, I was also like that.
Yeah.
Bump, bump, bump.
What? Bump, bump, bump.
What the heck?
Oh, it's an eraser. What?
Ouch. Ouch.
What was that for, Satoko?
I haven't done a single thing.
Who else would play a prank on me like this? Oh, it's chalk, not an eraser. Behind me, like a female outlaw might hold razors, was the teacher's shadow, holding 3 pieces of chalk in each hand. Why is the chalk
rumbling? What the heck?
Oh wait, no. Hold on. Maibara-kun. Maibara-kun. Go and wash your face.
Your voice cut out?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Uh-oh.
Because, like, for 2 seconds, it, like, stopped right in the middle of while I was spelling the word right, and I was like,
Yeah, it sounded like it cut out. Oops.
Well, it's fine.
That alone was enough to wake me up, but I flew out into the hallway as if shoved out by the pressure exuded by the teacher's sheer power. If I was going to wash my face anyway, then I would rather use the sinks out front rather than the ones in the dark restroom. Thinking that, I left the hallway and went to the entrance.
Did I cut out again?
I think you did. Let me see.
Can you, lower the streaming quality on Discord from 720?
Yeah, I'll try that.
To, like, 480 or something?
Do I have to restart the stream, I think? Let me restart it. Hmm. 720 is the lowest I can go, I guess. Source? No, I can't do that. I guess
Sorry.
I could lower the frame rate.
Honestly, it's probably me, so don't worry.
Okay, sorry about that. I could lower the frame rate, because we don't really need that. Maybe that'll help, I'm not sure.
I honestly just think it's my Discord, because I was having this issue earlier, but I thought it stopped, so I was like, it'll be fine, it's fine.
For this. Maybe that'll help, I'm not sure. Hello, Verity VT. Welcome.
Hello! What was I doing? Reading.
Let me know whenever you want to switch off, and I'll take over.
Oh, I was just gonna keep reading until you told me to stop.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go ahead and start reading, you totally can go.
I'll go ahead for a little bit.
Okay.
The sunlight was strong. So strong you wouldn't think it was June. I turned the faucet with a lifeless bubbling noise. Lukewarm water came pouring out. If I let it run for a few moments, would it get cold? I looked at it absent-mindedly for a little while. I knew you'd choose these sinks, Kei-chan. The ones out front just feel better, don't they? Mion. No cutting class now. I stuck my hands into the water to find it had gotten so cold that it seemed strange it had ever been warm. I scooped it up and splashed it against my face. Once I was done, I moved out of the way and Mion did the same. Mion, how is your cold doing? You're sleepy because of the medicine, not from the lack of sleep, right? Actually, this is a secret. But after the festival yesterday, I got wrapped up in a party my relatives were having. And well, I had a bit. A bit? Made a gesture like she was tilting a cup into her mouth, which means he didn't have a cold or anything. Are you hungover? How old are you? Give me a break. I really don't feel well, you know? I suppose she'd be feeling lousy either way. Still, you treat colds and hangovers in completely different ways. I was worried over nothing. Man, I guess that's just like you, Mion. Mion scratched her head a little embarrassed. She didn't seem to be feeling well, but now that I knew it was a hangover, I didn't need to worry too much. It would go away with time, after all. Oh, but my head really is pounding, so the teacher told me I should go home early. Ah, you cheater! Are you going home now, Mion? Now that I looked again, Mion had her bag with her. She must have been on her way home. Yep, I feel bad about it, though. I'll get some rest at home like a good girl. Sorry, I can't make it to the club. Would you take over as leader for today, Kei-chan? I don't know if that will happen. We have that unspoken rule when we don't do the club unless everyone is there, don't we? We never did it when you had to go to your part-time job, did we? Mion laughed wryly, saying we didn't need to worry about her. No matter how much fun we have, though, I think that feeling guilty about our friends who can't share in it is the sign of a really fantastic friendship. In that sense, the club Mion has created is a wonderful thing.
What a friendship.
Pretty much. As I thought about it, the moisture on my washed face dried up. I suppose we were talking too much. If I didn't get back to the classroom soon, I could get in trouble. Oh no. Okay, later. I'm going back. Be careful on your way home. Don't wobble into a sewer or a brook, got it? I left it at that, turned around and started heading back to the classroom. Oh, one more thing, Kei-chan. Mion stopped me and I turned my head to listen. What's up? This may sound weird, but don't think too hard about it. Well, that depends on what it is. Last night...
Yeah, the music!
I love the sound effects and music in this.
Same!
Last night, near the end of the festival, did you see Tomitake-san or Takano-san anywhere? I suddenly tensed up. You know Tomitake-san and Takano-san, right? Remember it, Kei-chan, when the four of you were talking during setup the day before? If I could, I wanted to forget about sneaking into the storehouse that night as soon as possible. So hearing the names of people I was with at the time really got to me. Besides that, though, why was Mion asking me a question like that? I ended up staring at her, unable to answer immediately. Was she asking to see if I had seen them or not? Or was she asking the question knowing that I had? I couldn't tell. Well, maybe? I might have seen them around, I don't know. My vague response was clearly not to Mion's liking. What answer was she expecting from me? There was no way for me to know. I see. Then one more question. On the same night, did you see Shion? My heart leapt into my throat again. The tiny needles buried underneath Mion's words prickled into me. Didn't you ask me that yesterday? I think I told you that I wasn't sure if I had or not. Did you? I guess I just thought I'd get a different answer if I asked you again. Uh-oh. You see that? You're fucked.
I was about to say, do you see her face? Look at her eyes!
Oh, there was one guy I was voice dubbing with, and he wasn't used to psycho women, and he just started getting really creeped out when we got to parts like this. It was great.
Oh, what a weenie. What?
I suddenly noticed something in Mion's eyes. Something indescribable. Oh god.
Woo!
You want to take over, Suga?
No, you
want to get
Sorry.
You want to get spooky yet?
No, you can keep going.
Alrighty.
I just like getting into that part.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just cheering.
I hope to get you to read some psycho lines when one of the girls starts talking psycho like.
If there's a specific line Then I want to say it. I'll just go ahead and say it, even if you're reading.
Okay. Tomitaka-san and Takano-san. Dion too. He was asking me about them. There was no doubt about it. Last night, the four of us snuck into the ritual storehouse. He knew everything. So what? You want to know someone who I look up to that does voice dubs like this in streams? His name's Manly Badass Hero. I love his voice. I wish I could read like he does. There's not really a curse anyway. That's right. Even Shion and Takano-san said yesterday during the festival that there was no curse.
It's the second one, Marion. It's definitely the second one.
You're so dramatic, just say yes, shake my head. Did we just get kidnapped or are we just a dumb bitch? Yeah. Oh, I see, we're just a dumb bitch. He's having PTSD. And that rather than a curse, it was the doing of the villagers. My blood curdled. Mion was, almost without a doubt, aware that we snuck in the storehouse. It was nothing strange. I screwed up bad flipping to the light switch last night. If Mion had been searching for me, it was simple to imagine that she had seen the momentary light and come to find out what was going on. Did you really not see her? Why are you so intent on knowing if I did or not? It's not important. Just that there are some people who are speaking poorly of Tomitaka-san, Takano-san, Shion, and you, Kei-chan. I didn't really hear what they were saying, though. Unpleasant sweat dripped down my arms, and the sound of it hanging from my fingertips was so annoyingly loud. I don't believe that you were doing something bad. I just wanted to ask a bit about it, so I did. Sorry for making you uncomfortable, okay? I found myself unable to reply. My reaction must have made it obvious that the truth was, and yet I couldn't explain myself. Hey-chan, you weren't with Tomitaka-san, Takano-san, or Shion, right? Yeah. I finally wrung out an answer between ragged breaths. Mion's expression softened a little. That's good. I'll have to tell them. You weren't involved in anything bad, Kei-chan. So, I'll make sure to tell everyone. Yeah, please do. Tell them I wasn't doing anything bad. To everyone. Make sure... Everyone. Who is everyone? Okay, later. I'll be better tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's
Bye.
I love how they're all happy and they get all serious and they go back to being happy.
It's just so casual. I was like, okay, cool, bye-bye. Like, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, okay, cool. Bye, bro. See you later. So confusing. Did not make sense, but bye-bye.
Gotta go. Oven left the oven on. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, later. I'll be better tomorrow. Bye-bye. Wait, Mion. What do you mean by everyone? Just then, a freezing cold hand touched the back of my neck. Hey, you're late, my Barakun. How long does it take you to wash your face? It was the teacher. I was taking so long she came out to get me. I'm sorry. I was just speaking to Mion. I turned around, but Mion had crossed through the schoolyard without me realizing it, and was now standing at the gate. Come, back to your studies. Quickly now. The teacher was being insistent. We returned to the entrance. I looked back one more time, and Mion was nowhere in sight.
Hi, Cotton.
I remember when I first tried watching Higurashi, when the timeline got reset constantly, I was like, what the fuck? And I just stopped watching it. I was like frustrated and stopped. But I learned to appreciate that more over time. Pretty cool idea. Eiichi, you haven't seen well at all day. It's clearly because you had far too much fun yesterday. I don't want to be told that by one who got lost. Your face was all red and you were nearly crying. The Toko-chan was so cute last night. How? My friends did their best to try and cheer me up, but it didn't lighten my mood. Was it far worse than I thought? Had I really done something that terrible last night? These thoughts remained with me for the rest of the day. How old are we in this?
14?
14-ish? 15 maybe? Mion's probably 15,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think the twins are like 15, 16, and then my Bada is like 14, 15.
I think Reina is the same as him. Bye, Keiichi-kun. I'll see you tomorrow. By the time I realized
No,
it...
you gotta say it like, bye, Keiichi-kun!
Oh boy. Bye, Keiichi-kun! I'll see you tomorrow!
No, like,
What?
Not ooh, you're saying Keiichi-kun. That's not correct. It's Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-kun? That's how you say it?
Keiichi-kun. So, like, instead of a ooh, you're making a noise. It's, in, like, phonetics, it's the upside down E. So,
Yeah.
Keiichi-kun. Phonetics.
Bye, Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-kun. Say No, like would. And then get rid of the other letters and go So kun.
Kun.
Yeah, Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-kun.
You're close.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time? No! Oh, no!
No one told you you're wrong!
No!
Well, it's definitely not Keiichi-kun. Or like Keiichi-kun, like whatever you're saying. It's Keiichi-kun.
Bye, Keiichi-kun.
Not
This is why you're the voice actress singer and I'm not.
Phonetics. I'm teaching you phonetics.
Oh my goodness. Bye, Keiichi-kun. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's still wrong.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm just not gonna say kun. I'm just not gonna. Okay, I need to clip this. Penguin learns phonetics, or fails at phonetics is a better one. By the time I realized it, I was in front of my own house. Mi-chan had a cold, right? Did you have a cold too, Keiichi-kun? Could you? Huh? I'm fine. I may look scrawny, but I've never missed school because of a cold. I'm tough. Both you and Mi-chan didn't look so good today, though. Thanks for worrying about me. I'm fine. Idiots don't catch colds, remember? Reina smiled, then waved to me and left. Ooh. My shoulders bobbing up and down from breathing heavily, I entered the house. As soon as I got back in, Mom called out to me. What? Daichi? I'm sorry, but could you go to the library and return a few books for me? Huh? I don't feel like it. Your dad and I have to wait inside the house for a phone call right now, so we can't leave. I need to return them today. Could you please do it? Yeesh. Did it have to do with Dad's job? No point in arguing if they bring that up. I guess so, but I don't know where the library is. Oh, you don't? It's a little bit past Okinomiya Station. Just then, the phone rang. My parents' faces immediately turned grim. Mom snatched up the receiver. Hello! My bar is speaking. I'm sorry? Yes, he's right here. Then she thrust the receiver at my face. She just fucking threw the phone at him, like, in his face.
She said, you will answer the phone. Here.
Become one with the phone. It's for you, Keiichi. Don't take too long, okay? I tried to ask who it was from, but asking the person on the phone directly would be faster. Hello? Ah, this is Sonozaki. Well, the younger one. Hello. You have time to talk right now? It was Shion. The older sister had a hangover today, but the younger made no reference to it. Shion? I thought you'd be sleeping in today with the hangover, same as Mion. What? Mion had a hangover? That's so like her. She laughed warmly, but Mom glared at me, silently telling me to finish up. Whoops, sorry. My parents are waiting for an important call, so I can't talk for too long. What do you need? There's something I wanted to talk about, but if you can't talk long, I guess that's that. Sounded a little disappointed. What would Shion want to talk to me about? Now I was interested. Then how about we meet in person? If you could show me where the library is too, that would be great! You mean the public library near the station? Yes, that's fine. I go past there on my way to work anyway. Okay, then you know where I usually meet up with Mion? At that intersection where the small path from the Sonozaki house splits? Okay, Chan. Did I not tell you? I don't live at the main house. I live in Okunomiya. If we could meet by the ticket machines in Okunomiya Station, that would be great! Main house? Living in Okunomiya? Now that she mentioned it, it's always seemed like the Sonozaki sisters weren't communicating. They live in different houses? Also, now that she mentioned it, Reina said she'd never met the younger sister despite going over to play sometimes. Let's meet at the station then. I'll go there right away. Bye! I set the receiver down and Mom immediately thrust a large pile of library books in my face. 6 volumes of long-form mystery novels. Mom had her own hobbies. Thank you, Keiichi. Be back by nightfall.
That's so ominous to me.
And the mom just keeps thrusting stuff in his face. That's funny. Like the pummeling
Well, like
of things.
specifically that they're like mystery novels. Like, and then she's like, "Okay, be back by nightfall, because I don't want anything to happen like in those those mystery novels." Okay, bye.
Setting all the red flags right now.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Got it. Okay, I'm going. I supposed I'd change my clothes and grab my bike key. I climbed the stairs to my bedroom. Alright, Sugi, could you take over?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Is it working? Okay. Sorry. I
Okay.
saw the thing go red and I was like, no! But yeah, I can go.
Okay.
Shion had been waiting for me already, so meeting up was a smooth process. Wow, Mion never keeps her appointments. I mean, honestly. Making my sister the standard for everything will get you in trouble. Shion seemed a little unsteady, too. She was drinking with Mion last night, wasn't she? You were drinking last night, too, weren't you? Don't try and hide it. You definitely went home from school early. Oh, too bad.
I love her smug face.
Me too. I just like the baring teeth grin.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at home all day in the first place. I'm smarter than Mion after all.
Hey, I don't think you can call playing hooky smarter. You should finish your errand first. We don't have that much time. We're going to the library, right?
Yeah, thanks. My mom. Oh wait, hold on. I read it backwards. I'm stupid. Gosh dang it!
Freaking game makes it hard to know.
You should finish your errand first. We don't have that much time. We're going to the library, right? Yeah, thanks. My mom had to return some books by today. Is the library far? No, it's really close by. As she said that, we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, then I guess I didn't need a Shion to show me where it was after all. We rode around a bend, and the building was right there. Shishibone Public Library. We lived in the country, so I hadn't expected too much, but it was pretty big. The first floor was actually a government office, so the library was only on the second floor, but still it looked large enough to fit a decent collection of books. We passed through the automatic doors and were greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain.
Hold on, I have to burp.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, good.
Ugh. Not that you can ever really hear me burp anyway, but still.
The cicadas had been loud outside, but it was quiet inside the library. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had this mildewy smell unique to old paper. I guess every library is basically the same. There was one difference. It was that people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory. Hello, I have books I'd like to return. The librarian went through the process of checking them in and then returned my mom's library card. Shion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face, like she wasn't the type who went to libraries very often. Sorry for the wait. I'm all done. Libraries are sure are nice and cool, aren't they? I want to work in a library one day.
I've worked in a library, actually. That's pretty great.
Have you?
A school library, not a public one.
Did you like it, though?
It was easy. It made studying for school. We could, like, actually do homework and shit if we were just sitting at the counter for people to check in books. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, fair. I had one job that was like that. I was a receptionist, and I was a receptionist for an office. So during the morning up until, so from like, I want to say like 9 to noon, I was pretty busy. And then, from 12 to 2, it was kind of busy, but once it hit 2 o'clock after people were done with their lunches, or like I finished setting up lunch meetings and stuff like that, then it was like so quiet, I would get bored so fast. So I would just kind of like bring books or something.
Yeah.
Until the phone rang.
Yeah, you could just sit down and just like read a book or do homework and get paid at the same time. It's great.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I think it was the don't know whether we're at. I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out who's who.
Yeah.
Don't know whether to call that boring or dependable. It's a pretty small dream compared to your sister. Mion would definitely want to be in hardworking. That's not correct. Mion would definitely want to be a hardworking employee for an international trading company or some other crazy job that involved her running all around the world.
We found a few typos so far, sadly.
Compared to that, what Shion said is pretty heartwarming.
Well, we need to keep our differences dear to us. We're not copies, we're two different people called Shion and Mion.
Twins have a lot to think about, huh? Still, it sounds like fun. I don't have any brothers, so there's just me and my parents at my house. It can get a little uncomfortable.
It's the same for me. I don't live with Mion after all.
Oh, right, she said something like that, didn't she? Why, though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We were getting tired of talking while we were walking. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing the conversation.
Yes. Mion lives at the main house, and I live in Okinomiya.
What do you mean by main house? You make it sound like you're nobility.
It's just the main house. The Sonozaki family's main house. Mion's a successor, so she lives with Nana and apparently studies all sorts of things as preparation to be the head of the family.
Mion, the head of the family? It kind of fit her personality, but kind of didn't, too.
Kei-chan, you just moved here, right? This will sound like I'm boasting, but we of the Sonozaki family are kind of personages around here.
Seriously? The word personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Shion gave off. From what Shion explained, the Sonozaki family goes way back to the beginnings of Hinamizawa. After the war, they had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area.
The Sonozaki house is a foundation under which the entire family cooperates. Though the current family head, Grandma, was the one who built it. The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with a business venture. They were like a huge living company. Oh, wait. She wasn't talking there. Is she talking? I don't know.
No, it's H.E. thinking, I think.
Small brain.
This let them avoid tax-related problems and help relatives venture to succeed one after another using large amounts of money.
If you ever go for a walk through Okinomiya, pay attention to the signboards and stuff. There's a ton of shops that are managed by members of the Sonozaki family.
Now that you mention it, that toy store looked like it was managed by relatives as well. Does that mean your relatives operate Angel Mort too? Even what few shops I was familiar with were involved with the Sonozaki family. It was definitely surprising.
The family is particularly strong in finance and real estate. Even a lot of members of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry either have their last name Sonozaki or are their relatives. There are Sonozakis in the city council and the prefectural assembly too, since they have the Okinomiya area giving them strong electoral support.
The Sonozakis are like the Illuminati, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, they seem like they just... It kind of made me think of, I don't know, it kind of made me think of Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's always, like, someone and something from some name somewhere.
Yeah. Very large reach.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. This is all escalating pretty quickly. Her relatives operate shops in downtown Okinomiya, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of those in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives, and there are even people elected to local offices. So then, the Sonozaki family, it's pretty famous in this area.
What?
Who is this man?
Detective Oishi-san.
No, I meant like rhetorically. I was like, where are you coming from, my dude?
He's just
you just came out of nowhere. like no one was I talking to you? Where'd you come from? Like, just out of nowhere. Just,
Yes.
like, are you, like, I was not speaking with you. I'm having a conversation with someone.
He just emerges from a pile of books. He's like, yes.
Yeah, it's like he separates the book from the bookshelf and goes,
Yes.
and you're like, hello? I was not speaking with you.
Oh, hello.
This is the library, sir. I'm like,
Mr.
dude, like, it's like, hello, sir, this is a Wendy's. Can you please go back to the end of the line?
Mr. Delicious, what are you doing here?
Yeah. It's just like, gosh. Like, the moment I saw him, I was like, really? Where'd you come from? Did you emerge? Like, from the floor? The ceiling? Do you want to talk about it?
Excuse me, sir, do you have a library card?
Yeah. This is a quiet area. You're speaking very loud in my face, so I need you to do 6 feet. Thanks. Like, too much.
Oh, God, he doesn't even have a mask on. What a jerk.
I know. Gosh.
Yeah. Yes, it's crazy.
I hate it here. I hate it here. What does he think he is?
All of a sudden, a cigarette smoking, overweight old man interrupted our conversation.
He's smoking inside the library.
My dude, you'll catch the books on fire.
He'll set the fire alarm off.
Guy. First he's like,
I got a cigarette.
like, my dude, go outside. Go to the designated smoking area. This is a library.
Oh, goodness.
Wait, I know this guy. Hello. Good afternoon. Are you on a date today?
Bruh, I'm returning my mother's books. Please leave me alone. I'm returning my mom's books. That is not a great date idea. In fact, I'm gonna go literally to the McDonald's later. Like, please.
He just shows up and Barnes is like, "Hey, what are you kids doing?"
Literally so nosy. For what? I'm just here, minding my own business.
Some 50-year-old guy in a library
Yeah.
smoking, and he's like, "Hey, what are you kids doing? You on a date?"
Yeah, just like, hello, what are you, Barney? Like, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Like, sir, please, take a ticket, pull a number from the ticket and wait your turn. Okay, cool.
He like gets right between them, like right in between the same.
Yeah, like literally, like he's probably still behind the shelf too, with the book still spread, looking in, just like, hello.
Hi. I know I'm in the music section and you're in the young adult section, but I couldn't help but overhear you talking through the books and not minding my own business.
Oh man.
What I would give to be young again.
No one asked you. No one.
This is creepy.
If thought we were on a date, then why are you bothering us? Oh, Ishii-san. That was it. He was Ishii-san, a police officer. I thought it was this person who came to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I thought about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much. No, I apologize. I heard a familiar voice, so I came over to see. Oishi-san laughed coarsely, not showing any sign of giving up. As Shion watched him do so, I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I did Mion. Mayabara-san, right? You're one tough guy. Two-timing the Sonozaki sisters, are you?
Oh my god!
Dude, I'm 14.
He's got like the fucking binoculars and shit. He's just like looking at him.
Like, I'm 14. I can't go to the library, please. What? Dude, shut up. I have pepper spray. I will use it.
On the police.
He's harassing me. It counts. Out of nowhere.
Oh goodness.
No, I'm not two-timing anyone. I turned around to look at Shion and plead for help, but she grinned and maintained her silence.
She thinks this is so funny.
he's like, please help me, and she's like, no.
She's like, why would I ever do that? Literally, like, my God. She's like, no, it's fine. You're fine. If this was a problem, I would have said something.
She
But
just
that's not a problem.
She just like walks away and leaves him with the middle-aged man.
I would have. Honestly, I would have been like, he's not talking to me. I gotta go. Bye. I would have. I honestly, I think, like, if I look back on it, when I was in high school, I probably would have done the same thing, or I have done the same thing, where people come up to my friends and I'd be like, well, I'm not part of this conversation, and then I just walk away.
yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah.
Awkward. Awkward.
Oh well.
Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kei-chan. I really need to get to my job.
Really? We called it. We fucking
Woo!
called it.
Me
Oh
too,
my
girl.
God.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Huh? Oh, did you? Wait, didn't Shion have something to talk about today? Now this weird man is here, though.
I mean, weird is an understatement.
Yup. I'll see you later.
Oh wait, that's her. Yep, I'll see you later. I'll give you a call after I'm done. It'll be okay to call at night, right?
Yeah.
This guy's just watching them talk like that.
I know. And it's just a PNG, so he's staring at you so intensely for no reason.
Probably. Okay.
Then I'll talk to you later tonight. Bye.
Shion left so fast she was practically running.
Girl, me too. I'm like, bye. Oh, she was waving at me with a grin. Oh, wait.
I felt like I'd been left here as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work.
You think so? Because I know so.
Oh my God. This guy. Oh my God.
You're quite the big shot, so close to the Sonozaki daughters. Maybe I should rethink how I talk to you too.
It's so creepy. I'm 14, sir. Sir, I'm a 14-year-old.
Oishi-san put a coin in the vending machine as he said something a bit appalling.
Oh, really? Appalling? Now? Like he hasn't already
Out of all
been-
the things he said, that's the thing that he said that was appalling? Is iced tea okay with you? Is that the thing that's bad? Do you not like iced tea that much? You'll be okay.
God.
Do you want milk in it? Oh, no, I'll put some in then, alright. Here you are. He handed me a cup of tea, filled to the brim with ice, as I looked on absent-mindedly. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him.
No.
I wouldn't take a drink from this guy.
This is a random man who showed up at the library.
Was Oishi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other well, but he still engaged me in conversation about all sorts of dumb things. When I thought back to how I talked with Shion, this seemed like a total disaster. Mayabara-san, how much do you know about Sonozaki-san? Other than what I heard just now, nothing. Until then, I hadn't known anything about either Mion or Shion other than the fact that they were interesting. I really did only just learn that she was the daughter of some prestigious family. The Sonozakis are a Yakuza group with this entire region under their thumb. Plus, her father is a high-ranked executive in the XX Yakuza Association. Did you know that?
Well, maybe they're part of that game you're playing.
Or they're related to Kiryu from Yakuza 0 and the Yakuza series.
You
know, because why not?
Shared universe.
Yeah.
What? An executive? Have you seen where Shion-san lives? It's the very picture of a gang boss's house, protected by high walls, barbed wire fence, and security cameras. If you have the chance, you should go and visit her. She'd mentioned Mion being a successor, but to a Yakuza group? No. Not at all. A boring old Yakuza group isn't the only thing Mion Sonozaki-san will inherit. She's inheriting the Sonozaki family itself. I'll leave it to you to mull over exactly what that means. Oishi-san had spoken lightly about all this from start to finish, but what he was saying wasn't light in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable. If Mion-san wanted to, she could kill someone in the middle of the street and still cover it up. Not only would witnesses not show up, but she'd put pressure on the police too. Mion would never kill someone. She wouldn't. I'm just saying, hypothetically. Your name, it was Oishi-san, right?
He's Mr. Delicious.
Yes, that's right.
Gotta stretch. Thank you, Melody, for saving my spine.
Woo!
Then Oishi-san. Whatever family Mion comes from, it doesn't change the fact that she's the best friend I could have ever have. And I'm proud of that. I don't appreciate people speaking ill of her. I let my quiet anger show through in my gaze as I stared at him. Of course, I could never seem to tell what he's thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect. Then let me be frank. If Mion-san was suspected of a handful of incidents, what would you think? Suspected incidents? You can't just say terrible stuff like that on a whim. Then it would be a misunderstanding, of course. Mion may say some dangerous things, but she's not the kind of person who would do something so awful. Mayabara-san, keep your voice down.
Keep your voice down. This is a library. Okay, buddy.
I know. Like, sir, this is a library. Shh.
He's like,
from the get-go. It's literally on the wall.
He's like, well,
I'm sure you didn't do that when you interjected. Hello?
He's like, keep your voice down. And he's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be smoking in here, buddy. How about that?
Yeah, literally.
Oishi-san hushed me, but in a state of heightened excitement as I wouldn't be calmed so easily. Please calm down. As I said before, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of power in this region, for better or for worse. So if anything happens, they would immediately be suspect. I'd appreciate it if you understood that. Well, I know what Oishi-san is trying to say. Combining it with that Shion told me before, the Sonozaki family is huge and controls everything from Hinamizawa to Okinomiya. Mion, meanwhile, is its successor, who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all. That's the only reason they're suspecting her? I'm just doing my job here. Not to doubt Mion-san of anything, but to clear up suspicion surrounding her. Please think of it like that. He could talk out a dog out of a meat truck. He was the definition of a shrewd, unfair adult. At this point, I began to think that it was no coincidence that I met him.
Really? Only now that you're thinking that it's not a coincidence?
I didn't notice it's a trap. Oh, God.
Oishi-san, did you need something from me?
Are you stalking me, sir? It sounds like you're stalking me.
It sounds like you have a lot to say that I don't know about, okay? I don't need you to interject on my life like this. I was talking to my friend.
Yes, I do. Keiichi Maebara-san. He answered in an absent tone of voice. Mion is being suspected of something, and you came to hear from a friend of hers, me. Is that it?
Oh, wait, wrong voice.
Mion's being suspected of something, and you came to hear from a friend of hers, me. Is that it? No, that isn't it. I didn't come here to talk about a friend of Mion Sonozaki. I came here to talk to Keiichi Maebara-san. It probably would have bothered you had I visited your house. To me? What do the police want with me? Having realized this faked coincidental meeting had me as its target, my mood immediately turned foul. You don't need to be so tense. Calm down and just answer a few questions. Am I being questioned?
Well, that's what answering a few questions is.
Yep.
Let's call it a chat with a guy you happen to run into.
Okay.
Oishi-san freely suggested that I relax. That said, being his eyes was light, which I could only see sometimes, that was as sharp as a hawk. If I tried to, in vain to run away, he might actually take me in and bring me to an interrogation room or something. That was an undoubtedly unpleasant thought. You had a roaring good time at the Watanagashi festival last night, didn't you?
He was watching you then too? Jesus.
Scary! Don't beat around the bush, please. I can't do small talk right now. Last night during the festival. Did you see Jiro Tomitake-san and Mio Takana-san? I could plainly feel myself give a start. Where did I put those pictures? Oh, here they are. He opened a small notebook and removed 2 photographs. I didn't have to look. Who knows? I might have seen them around, I don't remember. I was asked the same question for the second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time, too. Your memories are blurry. You couldn't have possibly been drinking or anything.
Oh.
Here, too, I got the same answer as I had from Mion. I realized he wasn't taking my vague reply well. Why is he asking me the same thing Mion did? The dark feelings I had nearly forgotten due to my conversation with Shion came running back in a hurry. He snuck into the sacred ritual storehouse, a punishable act. It was on a tiny impulse. While it may not count for much now, I do feel sorry about it. I'll ask you again. Did you see Jiro Tomitake-san and Mio Takano-san at the festival last night? tone was soft, but there was a dreadfulness in his voice, clearly different from the first time he asked. I'm scared.
Like he hasn't been scared the whole time with this guy.
He's such a weenie. Like, full T, a weenie.
That was exactly how I felt. Even if you repeat the question, my answer won't change. I don't really remember. There wasn't any better answer I could give him. I didn't have the balls to say I didn't see them, nor the courage to admit that I had. I see. I just thought maybe I'd get a different answer if I asked a second time. I'm too scared to look Oishi-san in the eyes. I'll change the question. Come, Mayabari-san. Relax, relax. Oishi-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them as if he was trying to give me a massage.
What the fuck? What?
He's like, I'm trying to be comforting, okay? I'm a scary detective that I intruded upon your day, and I'm being comforting.
It mostly just hurt, though. Still, why would he ask the same things as Mion? If he's asking the same things, then the next question must be... On the night of the festival, did you see Shion Sonozaki-san?
Clatter, 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 clatter.
I wondered what that sound was, and when I looked down, I saw it was the unmelted ice in the cup I was gripping in my hands.
Eh?
My hands were trembling, rocking the ice back and forth. Realizing that, I had hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it.
You've been holding it in your hand this whole time? That stuff's cold. I can't even hold ice in my hands. That's cold. What's wrong with you?
Sorry. I may have seen her, but, well, she looks just like Mion. I might have just mistaken the two. But that can't be. Suddenly Oishi-san grabbed both my shoulders and hunched down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in the headlights. I want to look away, but I can't. This is the first time I've experienced such a piercing stare. Mion and Shion were wearing completely different clothing. You wouldn't mistake the two so easily, I would think. Mayabara-san. His voice was harsh. Harsh the same as when Mion said it. I could feel my heartbeat quickening. When I realized he could feel it through the hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Why are Mion and Oishi-san both asking about last night? Was sneaking into that storehouse so bad? Ugh. I shouldn't have let Takano-san talk me into it. Tomitake-san casually said to check it out too, so... Even Shion, if she hadn't encouraged me... No, I understood. It was the one that most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. I shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse. Oishi-san, I think that's our cue to get out of here. A young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was Oishi-san's subordinate. So it is. Closing time already. I hadn't realized until he said something. The jingle and announcement telling patrons the library had closed had started playing without me realizing. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed, so that I couldn't even hear it. Well then, Mayabara-kun. We're out of time, so allow me to take my leave. I'd like to talk with you more about this at your leisure, when we have more time. This isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it would be too soon. Oishi-san followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around. Oh, right. Mayabata-san. What is it? Those 2 questions I asked you before. You don't remember well enough to answer either of them, correct? Right. Just so you know, you saw them all yesterday. You were walking along, the 4 of you, having quite a pleasant time. Near the stone steps, I saw you with my own eyes. I caught my breath and my heart seemed like it was about to stop. What a detestable person. He knew and he was testing me. We'll meet again. Have a good year.
He's like, I'm always watching you, my Baraku.
Literally, like, and have a good year. Like, okay, I'll see you next year. What am I supposed to do? Think you're always following me around? I know you're a cop, but I'll hire a cop too. Watch me.
I know what you did last summer.
I sat there like a rock, unmoving until I could no longer hear the clacking sounds of their footsteps.
Good God. I have to highlight that whole section, man. That was great.
It was good.
Oh, Ishi-san invalidates our privacy.
I know. And he comes out of nowhere. Penguin, do you wanna read this next part?
Yes, I can. I was on my way back home. The cries of the Higurashi accentuated the already lonely evening. More time had passed than I thought. The orange of the dusky sky was being chased down, little by little, by an indigo color approaching from the east. Exhausted from the slow climb towards Hinamizawa, without even noticing, I'd gotten off my bicycle and was pushing it uphill. I don't understand any of this. No one had told me to my face that I'd done something wrong. No. In fact, it might have been much easier on me that way. What happened yesterday really was just my curiosity. It really was no more than a quiet prank, no more than having the courage to cross at the red light, so as long as you did it with other people. The storehouse for the ritual implements, hollowed ground, only accessible to the family of the priest. For sure, I'd seen terrifying things that I'd never imagined would be there. Thinking on it now, though, it didn't matter what was stored away inside. It didn't make the wrong I had committed any more right. What the 4 of us did, Mion seemed to know about it. For some reason, even the police were trying to learn what the 4 of us did. Did we do something so bad? Really? Doesn't matter how wrong it was. I did something wrong. It was nothing more than that, and yet I couldn't accept it. I didn't apologize to Bion or Ishi-san. All I did was shield myself with ambiguities. I did something wrong yesterday. I set foot in a forbidden storehouse for a little bit of mischief. I'll forget everything I saw in there. I won't ever do something like that again, either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I apologize like that, would they forgive me? The suddenly cool evening air left no room for such sentiment. However, as it mercifully chilled my feet, urging me to head home as soon as possible. In the end, the evening air was correct. If I trudged along such an isolated road, regrets would pile on top of regrets, but nothing would change. Let's go home. I'll go home, go to my room, put on my favorite music or something, and go to bed. That might sound plain and boring, but it's probably the strongest I've felt all day. Whew. Now that I've made a decision, there's no point in dawdling in a place like this. I sat back on my bike. I pushed hard on the pedals. I rapidly advanced forward. I steadily gained speed. The wind was cutting and mercilessly cold, but it actually felt good, as if it were softly punishing me. I didn't eat much dinner before excusing myself early and returning to my bedroom. My mom called me from downstairs. Eiji, you have a call. It's from Sonozaki-san. Sonozaki? Was it Neon? No, it was Shion. I just remembered. She'd had something she wanted to tell me today. Oishi-san interrupted us, so she didn't get the chance. Shion had said she'd call tonight. Hello? Is that you, Shion? Hello. Ran into a bit of trouble today, didn't we? She said it so plainly that I got a bit annoyed. He was the one who left me there and ran. Why did you leave me with that creepy man?
Literally, like, it's just... I feel like if I answered the phone, I would have been like, you know what you did. Don't talk to me like you didn't know what you did.
Don't say that.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, excuse me. You can't act like nothing is wrong. Like, and I would whisper it too, just like that. Like you're really in their face, because it's really unnerving.
Mm-hmm. I gave you the signal to run away with me, didn't I? What the Just sat there looking dazed, Kei-chan. I wasn't dazed. All of a sudden, you left me there. And after that, I had to put up with that Oishi guy for ages. Don't complain to me about it. I can't believe she passed it off like that. She looks just like me on it, yet inside, she's different. I got a little irritated at myself when I realized I was, somewhere in my mind, hoping for the same reaction I would get from Mion, even though she's a different person. Sorry. Next time I'll run away first thing and leave you there. Hey, it's ladies first. Oh wait, Shion laughed refreshingly. When I heard her voice, I realized that she wasn't really that angry or anything. It was just as she said. The cause of my temper was because it was my own fault for not leaving immediately. I'll stop blaming it on others. Blaming it on others would be... Anyway, you had something to tell me, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if you already know, then it's not something that bears repeating. You already know? Shion lowered her voice suddenly, as if she were glancing around. I had no idea what I could already know. Sorry, but I have no clue what you're talking about. At least give me a hint. So that means you don't know. You seem to take my stupid-sounding question as evidence. However, her voice didn't sound disappointed or exasperated in the slightest. Actually, it's about last night, during the Watanagashi festival. My entire body jolted as I was assailed by a terrible feeling. Is Shion going to ask the same thing? Hello? Hey-chan, are you listening? Yeah. I am. I kind of want to set that sound effect to, like, my ringtone or some shit.
I was about to say, I think that's actually pretty cool. I would make it a sound alert. Like, I really think that's kind of fun.
That would fucking scare the heck out of me.
It means same. But that's why. So
yeah. Like I start panicking every time an alert goes off.
Like I love it. I think it's so fun. Like I love like the scary alerts. I think they're always like really fun as long as they're not like really screamy. Because like the really loud ones. Because I already kind of have like bad hearing. So like the really loud ones are really like sensory overload. Because because of my understanding of how the voice works and like where sound comes from and everything, I can also like hear where certain things happen and like what you're not supposed to do, and it just makes me physically hurt as well. So I'm like, ugh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You have hearing issues yet you're that good at voice acting? That's impressive. And singing?
Well, I mean, so like screams and stuff like that, you can learn how to do those healthily without hurting your voice. And like obviously not everybody knows how to do that. That's like not something that you learn how to do. And so like I can like feel what their vocal folds are doing and like sense if they're like thinning or if they're like rubbing against each other like way too much. Because like if your folds like hit each other or are too rough on each other, they develop like calluses, and that's how you get nodes. And then you can't really like the only way you can get rid of nodes is by surgery removal, or surgical removal, and that messes up your voice permanently.
Oh wow.
It's not like a muscle that will like grow back. So like if you were a singer and you had vocal nodules and you get them removed, it kind of like sometimes some singers they can't ever sing again. Sometimes they can, but it's not the same way as it used to be. So it's like a lot of things. So I'm always like so hyper aware of where sound comes from and where I want sound to like resonate in the different parts of my face. So yeah.
You pay a lot of attention to that, huh? To be on the safe side. That's good. That's good.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I am. What about last night? The four of us went in there, right? You didn't beat around the bush. Whether or not I wanted to admit it, that was the actual honest truth, and I couldn't act like it hadn't happened. Then, after that, we walked away together. And then we went our separate ways near the stone stairs, right? Nakano-san and Tomitake-san went to the stream. You stayed there, Kei-chan. I went over to see some relatives. Yeah. Why do you ask? We won't make any progress if we keep asking each other questions, so let me ask this question first. Okay? You mean, did I see Tomitake-san and Takano-san last night? Huh? Oh, yes. Did you see the two of them after that? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. This is the third time I've been asked this question today. Why? Why? What the hell was going on? Why? Why are you asking me that? No, Kei-chan. I'm asking the question. Please answer me. Did you, Shion? If you answer first, then I'll answer. My shabby response betrayed how scared and small I felt now, after everything that had happened today. Shion didn't say anything for a few moments. Just as I was beginning to think I'd finally put my foot in my mouth with that response, she finally answered me. Of course I didn't see them. My relatives were with me, and they can vouch for that. I didn't see them either. People can vouch for me too, like Mion, Reina, and everyone else. Now that we knew our answers matched, we let out a sigh that sounded more relieved than anything else. Thank you for answering me honestly. Okay then, I'll tell you. Apparently, last night, Takano-san and Tomitake-san died. Sorry, Shion. What was that you just said? Apparently, last night, Takano-san and Tomitake-san died. Takano-san was found burned to death. Tomitake-san was, well, it looked like a suicide. I found out this morning. I heard my dad talking to a relative on the phone about it. What?
That's why Mr. Weird Man was talking to you.
Yeah, but I thought one person was supposed to die and one was supposed to disappear. That's weird. They found both corpses, huh? Interesting. Late last night, a police car on its way back from the festival security duty had discovered Tomitake-san lying in the middle of the road heading towards Okinomiya. He had plowed out his throat and died. Okay, so that's... the same thing happened first chapter. What? He plowed out his own throat? That bright, cheerful Tomitake-san committed suicide? That can't possibly be right. The police did an autopsy. He did it with his own fingernails. He scratched at his throat so hard he ruptured his blood vessels and bled out. He died in a pool of his own blood, that's what they said. I'd never heard of such an insane suicide. You can't just scratch open your own throat like that. I realized I was yelling too loudly, so I lowered the force I was putting into my voice. I didn't want my parents to hear me, so I switched to the cordless phone and ran up to my room. Oh, I am joined today by Suga-chan.
Hello.
You can check out her Twitch right there. Sorry for yelling. So...
Eh?
Sorry, what?
Oh, I thought you were saying something to me, and I was like, eh?
Oh, no. But yeah. Sorry for yelling. So, Mr. Kano-san, was that a suicide too? In her case, it's a little unclear. Kano-san's body was found in the mountains of Gifu Prefecture. Employees at a rest stop nearby reported to the police late that night, that they could see flames in the mountains. The firefighters dispatched there were the first ones to find her. An autopsy concluded that it was the burned corpse of a half-naked female. They initially considered the body beyond recognition, but directly after, there was a request for dental comparison from the redacted prefectural police station in Okinomiya. The results concluded that it was Mio Takano. The cause of death wasn't confirmed, but it was highly likely to have been a homicide, since she was in her undergarments and her clothes were nowhere in the area. The oil drum had fallen over, so it's also possible she burned herself to death. It couldn't possibly have been suicide. If you're going to die, there are plenty of easier ways, aren't there? This can't be suicide. That's what I think. It's unthinkable that Tomitake-san would kill himself too. After the two of us rattled on at each other, there was a silence as we paused to catch our breaths. And as we calmed our nerves, right then, I understood what Shion's story actually meant. I think it'll end up being Oyashiro-sama's curse. We all did more than enough to deserve it, after all. Oh, it's fucking Final Destination with them now. Those two are next. Deserve? You've got to be kidding. It's not like Shion wanted to see it with me. I just went along with her. I tried to say that, but I fell silent. Nothing would come of me blaming others. It didn't matter how much everyone else encouraged me. I could have put my foot down. I lost to my own half-assed sense of adventure and agreed to go in with them. Yes, it was my fault and no one else's. Shion, last night, when we snuck into the ritual storehouse, did you predict things would turn out this way? Of course not. I mean, I thought it was pretty risky, but I never even dreamed something like this could happen. Shion's words were probably her true feelings. She knew she could get in trouble if we were caught. That was the thrill of this little adventure. It was the same for me. Besides that, Kei-chan, think about it for a moment. Didn't Oyashiro-sama's curse turn out a little strange this year? It was already plenty strange, seeing as how Tomitake-san and Takano-san died like that. Given all that, what could possibly be stranger? I mean, they found 2 corpses. Remember what I said? Every other year, one person would die and one would disappear. Yeah, I was talking about that. Yay, I noticed something! This year is the first time 2 people have been found dead. It's supposed to be one person dies and one goes missing, but this time we found 2 dead people instead. Melody. That may be true, but that's not a huge deal, is it? It is, Kei-chan. Think about it harder. Listen. If 2 people died because of Oyashiro-sama's curse, then in order to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger, 2 people would need to be sacrificed. Oh.
She said sacrifice.
Oh.
Let's go.
Uh-oh. Is that how it works? So what? Tomitake-san and Takano-san died, so now 2 people are going to go missing this year? I don't understand why, but when I said that, I felt my spine freeze. I don't think anyone's been confirmed missing yet. I think that those 2 people have yet to disappear. Shion, like me, was obviously getting the same feeling crawling down her back. 2 people have yet to disappear? Shion didn't answer. I couldn't say any more than that either. A chill crept through my clothes and tried to wrap into a fist around my heart, hold hands feeling about my chest. Neither of us could say anything. Tomitake-san opened the lock, and he died. Kano-san exposed the ritual storehouse, and she died. If 2 more people were to be sacrificed, then they would be none other than the ones who entered with them. None other than us. No. This has gotta be a joke.
Death is imminent.
I wanted so much for her to pass this off as a joke even now. That, though, was such an incredibly difficult and selfish request. If Tomitaka-san and Takano-san had died in a common way like a car accident, I could tell myself it was a coincidence. Instead, he clawed out his own throat, and she burned to death, drowned in oil in the mountains. The two deaths were so out of the ordinary that I couldn't possibly dismiss it as mere coincidence. It was as if, in exchange for sneaking into the ritual storehouse, there must be someone punishing us, some sort of cruel will working behind the scenes. Even so, I still didn't want to accept the terrifying truth. If I did, then I would have to acknowledge that a horrible crisis is growing nearer for Shion and I. That's why I argued against it. I argued knowing I was running away. In the first place, it's not even in the newspaper, is it? Such a monstrous incident would be all over the newspapers and television. Magazine writers would flood the village too, thinking it'd make for an interesting story. Of course it's not getting reported by the media. That's how it was in the past too. When the incidents occurred for the third year in a row, there were some third-rate magazines that sniffed out the story and ran issues full of gossip columns about Hinamizawa. Fearing that the region would develop a negative stigma, they negotiated with the prefecture and the police. Since last year, it became a big conspiracy where no information about the incidents was allowed to be leaked to the media. I hear the elders and the top brass from the Sonozaki family put all the pressure they could on the police. Then you mean their deaths are going to be dealt with in total secrecy? That's how it is. Of course, the police are investigating it. That's being performed in secret too, though, so I hear the investigation itself is very restricted in what it can and can't do. You could essentially say they're interfering with the police investigation. This story was unbelievable. People died, and yet they don't publicize it and deal with everything in secret? If we break it down further, it means that no matter who dies on the night of Watanagashi, it won't go public. That's the biggest pile of bullshit I've ever heard. Hey-chan, before I said the villagers could be the ones carrying out Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's what I mean. At some point, a tradition was created here in Hinamizawa, where every year you're allowed to kill someone on the night of the Watanagashi under the guise of it being Oyashiro-sama's curse. When someone dies on the night of Watanagashi, it turns into the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The curse turns into the serial murder incidents. In order to avoid exasperating the negative stigma surrounding Hinamizawa, those incidents are dealt with in secret. That's insane! Dead and missing people turn up every year? The more bad the stigma gets, the police have to draw the line somewhere, don't they? You could say the incidents happening every year is mysterious, but the police can get the job done when they need to. After all, the incidents always get resolved individually. It doesn't end up being a string of incidents, you know? It just so happens that something unfortunate happens on the night of Watanagashi every year. That's all it turns into. Most of the criminals responsible for the original dismemberment were arrested. The last one managed to get out and stay away, but the events were totally exposed and elucidated, so it was, in essence, resolved. The damn supporting couple who died in an accident on the second year, that was an accidental death, plain and simple. They made a lot of investigations into the possibility of having been a homicide, but they didn't turn up anything. It ended up as an accident. It was resolved. On the third year, the priest fell ill and passed away. There were doctors present at the hospitals at his deathbed, and they all had trustworthy medical certificates. They even did an autopsy. They concluded that it wasn't a homicide. That was resolved too. On the fourth year, the sister-in-law of the damned supporting couple was murdered. The criminal was an abnormal man with a history of regular psychostimulant usage. He confessed that he thought Oyashiro-sama's curse was so interesting he wanted to try it out. The criminal died of an accident while in prison, so the incident was essentially resolved as well. That's right. None of these incidents had any relation to another. Each was independently resolved. So then why does an unfortunate coincidence occur every year on the night of Watanagashi? You can try and say it's a string of related incidents, but they're not related. Yet every year, someone always dies and someone always disappears. story Takano-san had told me the day before, during the setup. Now that the curse really had occurred this year, I couldn't just laugh it off. Then, does that mean it'll come for us too? Just like how one person dies and one disappears every year? Are you saying we'll be taken along with Tomitake-san and Takano-san in a race too? My lips had, at some point, become completely dry, and just saying that was difficult. Shion didn't respond. Her silence, however, was the clearest form of confirmation that she could give me. Sure, we went somewhere we shouldn't have. But we were just looking, right? We didn't steal anything or take anything out, and we didn't tell anyone when we looked, right? I was already regretting having committed such a wrong. Even so, was it really so bad that Tomitake-san and Takano-san deserved such cruel deaths? Besides, I didn't care about anything I saw in there at all. Takano-san was the only one getting so happy over it, wasn't she? Takano-san was the only one at fault. I don't have anything to do with this. I'm not interested. I'm not involved. I don't give a shit about what was in there. I knew saying so wouldn't resolve anything. I could feel myself, my cold self in the innermost depths of my heart, disgusted at my pointless howling. However, my emotions had broken through the dam, and I couldn't stop them anymore. It didn't have any interest in any of this from the start, damn it. All I wanted to do was watch Rika-chan's performance. You were the one who pulled me away from that, weren't you, Shion? I don't give a rat's ass whether the two were trying to steal something or try to meet up secretly, whatever. That's right, you're the one who made me go in there in the first place, Shion. You were all, Kei-chan, you need to see what's inside, and you convinced me and then pulled me in. Why the hell did you do that? I didn't have anything to do with this. What will you do? What are you going to do, damn it? How are you going to take responsibility for this? Huh? Hey, are you listening? Ah! Click.
Oh, I love when the screen just goes black. You're like, what's happening?
Yeah, it gets me all fucking scared.
I love it. I'm just like, ooh, what's happening?
Yeah, the visual novel has such an interesting experience compared to the anime. Like you don't really get that with anime.
I feel that way about like any visual novel though, just because I think it's more personal.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not watching from like an omnipotent point of view, I guess.
Yeah. Like we really get to get inside of Keiichi's head while he's thinking with these monologues, so it's very immersive that way. I like it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Click. That any morning the phone cut off with the soft sound of receiver being slammed down. Shion was just as terrified as I was. I was just some really self-centered things. Just said some really self-centered things. My riled up emotions disappeared as if they never existed. In their place there's waves of deep regret for having run my mouth so responsibly. He's gonna unfriend him from Facebook Watch. I could try to call out Shion's name from beyond the disconnected phone, but it was too late. What have I done? Shion was only trying to tell me as much as she could about this thing about to descend upon us. As for me, I could only whine like a child about it. I gotta hydrate.
Hydration, good.
Hydration station.
Hydration, good.
Dehydration, bad.
You were dehydrated? No good. No good, dehydrated.
I went to call her back, but then remembered she lived in Okinomiya. I didn't know her phone number. Since I had declared to Mion that I hadn't seen Shion last night, I couldn't just call Mion and ask her for Shion's phone number. I was too scared. I couldn't even call her back. I was stricken with hopeless regret. I returned the receiver to its stand, and I simply prayed that Shion would call me back again. Please, Shion. Calm down and call me again. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Hello? This is my Bara. I swept up the receiver as though I wouldn't go through if I didn't grab it at the exact moment. Is this the Maibara residence? Excuse me for the late call. I'm Kimiyoshi. Is this the head of the household? It was the voice of a middle-aged man. All my hopes rushed out of me. No, it isn't. If you need Dad, I'll go call him. I went to put the receiver back down, but the man stopped me hurriedly. Oh, no. If he's busy, then it's fine. This may be a strange question, but Is my old man paying you a visit? No, nobody's here at the moment. I see. Again, I apologize for calling you so late at night. Goodbye. Click. I don't know who that was, but what if Shion tried to call while I was talking to him? I thought, bubbling with egotistic anger. Hey, wait. Give it a break, Keiichi Maibara. These are the selfish emotions that made Shion mad at me, aren't they? The more I thought about it, the more I thought about Shion. I'd given up hope in the short time since we had our conversation and didn't want to call anymore. Calm yourself, Keiichi Maibara. If Shion does call again, then first apologize in a calm voice. If you do that, then Shion could understand. However, no matter how long I waited, the phone didn't ring again that night. Aww. It's sad. Maybe you shouldn't have yelled and screamed at her, buddy.
I know, right? I'm like, well, it wasn't sad, but like, also,
It's all your fault. Ah, and then
like, my dude.
let's save. Okay, now we got tips. These are like little side stories. Would you like to read this, Suga?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish drinking my smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay. The significance of Watanagashi.
Watanagashi, a festival of hunting for sacrifices and feasting on them. While the festival itself is remarkable, it has come to be considered a form of entertainment as well. Perhaps it was because of the disparity between both being an egregious act and a form of entertainment that the perpetrators began to believe themselves as transcendent. However, I found some very interesting literature that appears to raise questions about that explanation. As with most oral traditions, it's not easily swallowed, but it does mention a few things that spark my interest. According to this literature, even the residents of Onigafuchi village felt fear towards this ritual. Women and children would grow pale and tremble, and those of weak constitution would vomit, but it's said that the feast, or dissection, was an obligatory viewing. This is an extremely curious tale. Until now, I thought that the residents of Onigafuchi village were fascinated by the Watanagashi ritual. They looked down on the vulgar, barbaric humans, cut them open like fish. And by eating them, they reaffirmed their own holiness. At least that's what I thought.
Melody says Suga sounds super cute.
Oh, thanks.
Aww. Also just
Thanks.
finished terraforming. Congratulations. I hope your Minecraft world looks amazing now, Melody.
Oh, hell yeah. I played Minecraft for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, it looked like you were having a lot of fun.
You can call it that.
Soaring around the sky like Superman or something.
Oh, no. I got bored of that really fast.
Oh, really?
I set I probably played about 2 hours into, no, about like an hour and a half into Minecraft. I got really bored.
Oh, really?
But I played for about 3.5 hours, and then we switched over to Slay the Spire.
Is it not really your thing, Minecraft?
No, I knew that though. I played it a couple years ago, and it wasn't my thing then. It wasn't really my thing now. And I knew that, but people had been asking me to play Minecraft. Cause like I played it with friends a couple years ago for about 2 hours, and then I was like, this is not my thing. And then I never played it solo, so I was like, oh, it'd be a different experience, right?
Yeah.
And it was fun for about an hour and a half. And then for like another hour and a half, I was like, another like hour, I was like, okay, this is not too bad. Like, things kept happening because I didn't know what I was doing, so I was making really interesting mistakes. And then the last half hour, I was like, so we switched. But, people have been wanting me to play it and been asking me to play it for a while, so I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Probably wouldn't expect any more Minecraft streams, should we?
Maybe in like 6 months.
Okay. When the interest gets renewed after a break from it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I have my streams already planned out until September, so it'd have to be a couple months anyway.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, so I always play in all my stuff like a couple weeks. I got in the habit of doing a couple weeks in advance, and now, like, for fun, I plan my streams.
Oh, nice.
So my planner's pretty filled out.
Professional.
So
I like it.
Yeah, but yeah.
However, if what the villagers gained from this ritual was not fascination, but fear, then that would suggest that the ritual meant something entirely different.
Well, you just gotta follow for Melody.
Oh, thanks! Thank you very much. I'm a tsundere sheep idol, and I like to play a lot of kids games. Like tomorrow I'm playing Toontown.
Oh, nice.
Gotta revisit the nostalgia. I mean, I play that game all the time. It's not really revisiting anything, but but party.
Only Club Penguin for me.
Oh, fair.
There's a possibility that the executions were meant as warnings, encouraging the villagers to strictly follow religious precepts created by those with power for their own convenience. Onigafuchi village has been effectively ruled over by 3 old families called the Three Families. Without investigating the 3 families, I probably won't get any closer to the truth about the Onigafuchi village.
Huh.
Yeah, these are like little tidbits, extra parts for the story.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep reading?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The 3 families. The 3 families refers to the 3 old families who effectively came to rule Onigafuchi village. To break it down, there was the Kimiyoshi family, the Furude family, and the Sonozaki family, and each of them still exists today. Though they don't have much as control as they say they did in the remote past, they still hold a considerable influence today. The 3 families are considered by legend to be those in whom the blood of the swamp demon runs the thickest. The Kimiyoshi family. The Kimiyoshi family appears to have held great power as the head of the 3 families, but it doesn't have that kind of leadership today. The current mayor of the village, Yoshiichiro Kimiyoshi, is from this family. The fact that members of the Kimiyoshi family are elected as mayor every generation is thought to be a remnant of the old system.
Melody asks, "Hey, Sugu-chan, can I call you mommy?" What?
No, what?
Also, what do you think of frozen peas? What?
Eh?
Melody, what the heck are you talking about? You don't have to answer that.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't it be better if frozen peas are cooked?
Probably. That's my guess. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Cool. I won't worry a thing.
Of course, as no rival candidates appear, it doesn't change the fact that the Kimiyoshi family holds the mayoral office, even though through popular elections in the post-war era. The Furude family. The center of the village's faith since ancient times, and the Furude clan has guarded the sole shrine dedicated to Oyashiro-sama. They were worshipped as the only people to represent the voice of Oyashiro-sama for a long time, But the family branched off after the war and lost most of its power. It now consists of only the main house. The main house, as well, presently consists of only one daughter, Rika Fudure, so the lineage may end in this generation. There is apparently an old tradition of honoring females of the Fudure family, so the only daughter, Rika, is the subject of much respect among the elderly of the village. The Sonozaki family. It's said that this family has had a certain police-like role of protecting the religious precepts of the Onigafuchi village. Of the three families, their relatively weak position can be seen from me putting them here at last. Of course, today the Sonozaki family is flourishing, and the state of affairs among the three families is completely reversed. Even now, one could say that they are in control of Hinamizawa. The three families conferring with each other is similarly to the old way. The current head of the Sonozaki family, Oryo, essentially decides all of the goings on in the village by herself.
Huh.
That's a lot of power.
I know.
Phone
That's kind of cool in my opinion, honestly. I don't know who's talking.
Excuse me for the late call.
There. I don't remember who Kimiyoshi is, even though I just read it.
I think he's the policeman working with Oishi.
I think.
I'm Kimiyoshi. Is this the head of the household? Yes. No, not at all. Thank you very much for that.
No, the big man is Oishi-san.
Not this guy.
Yes. Well, you see, yeah, I do apologize for calling at this hour. But I was wondering if if our old man was visiting you at the moment. You've got that right. Yes. Once again, I'm very sorry for calling so late. Goodbye. Click. So? No good? I'm not sure what to do. He may be passionate about it, but he always at least gives us a call. You called everyone he plays Go with, didn't you? Hello. This is Kimiyoshi. This is Sonozaki. How did it go? Have you found the mayor? Oh, Mion-chan. I called everyone I could think of, but I came up with nothing. We can't find him. What do I do? Where could he be idling about? I put in a bunch of word with him who might have an idea, but nobody did. I asked Nana about it, and she said we should get him the men of the village together to search for him. At this hour? I mean, it's not like he's definitely gone missing. What's Nagashi just happened? She thinks she should be a little more cautious. If we still can't find him, then we'll notify the police tomorrow morning. Whether or not we find him, though, we should refrain from making any false accusations. Oryu-san said that? Yes. If you can't trust her without hearing her voice, then I can put her on for you. No, that's fine. I understand. We'll get the men together and search. If we still can't find him, then we'll notify the police in the morning. She'll leave it to you to organize the men. I'll be there as well as Nana's representative. Thank you. I'll get everyone together immediately. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Hot ziggity.
You probably need to wrap this up, huh? It's 9:30 for you now?
Yeah, it's 9:30.
Okay. Did you want to end it here, or?
Um. Well, would we read another chapter?
Or we could stop like mid-chapter.
Because I was about to say I have to start cooking dinner because I have to.
Okay, understand.
So that's why I was like, we could, but it depends on how long it would take because I have to cook and I'm trying to go to bed before midnight tonight because
Yeah.
I made mistakes.
Uh-oh.
Well, yesterday it was just because I went to the gym yesterday. I ran over 2 miles and then I streamed for 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't finish stream until after midnight.
Oh, wow.
And normally I go to bed at midnight. So I still had to cook dinner after I streamed. And so I didn't go to bed until 2 and then I woke up at 7:30.
Jeez, that's rough. Yeah.
So
I understand. You can call it here.
So I was like, I could, but
Let me just
Yeah.
get to the menu real quick.
the menu. Bang!
Okay, thank you so much, Suga. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, oh my gosh, hold on.
Uh-oh. Kitty cat.
Sorry. Hi.
Kitty cat demanded attention.
Well, so one of my cats tends to mess with my roommate's cat when he's hungry.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
Yeah. So like it's dinner time, like he's starting to get hungry, so he's like, "Okay, I know how to get you out of your seat." So he goes to mess with my roommate's cat. And because she starts like hissing and like they start fighting, he knows that'll get us out of the seat, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you're up so you can feed me." And it's not even his dinner time yet. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna feed you. Silly.
I demand food.
Yeah, literally. So yeah. But that's what that was. Sorry.
It's all good. Well, I had a lot of fun, Suga. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah. I like Higurashi. What's it called? When it comes to like this game, I like to like sit there and like listen and like take it all in.
Yeah.
So I was like, cause the last time I think that I was like really into Higurashi, I had to like reread sentences and like go back and look at stuff or like Google things to make sure I was putting pieces together correct. And because I remember like being really confused by it.
Oh, yeah, the mystery of everything.
Mm-hmm. So like I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen and I'm not gonna get confused.
They give you little like tidbits here and there that you have to piece together over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first time I played Higurashi, I was not that smart.
Uh-oh.
So, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Your talent is amazing, and it blows mine out of the water. So that's why I'm really glad to have had you here. To really just
It's fun. I love voice acting. Anytime I get a chance to voice a bunch of characters, I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I got to do this. Thanks for letting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. If you ever feel like coming back, let me know. But I know you're a busy sheep. But thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alrighty. I guess we'll choose someone to raid.
Yeah.
I like Bananiel. He's a nice guy. We're gonna rate him. He does opera when someone raids him.
Oh, nice.
Check, make sure he's not ending his stream or anything. Oh yeah, I inspired him to do his own interviews. Like I do. Yeah.
If I can imagine.
Alrighty, let me see. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to redeem that melody, go ahead and choose who we raid. Whoops, I forgot about that. My bad.
You forgot about it?
I forgot. Well, she told me about it earlier, and I was like, oh yeah, just let me know. And like, whoops. Graham Michael Laws. Okay. Okay. Let me just look up their Twitter.
Who's this?
He's playing Danganronpa Volume 3 Killing Harm. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Let's go, dang it, grandpa time! Dang it, grandpa time!
Type a little tweet message. I'll use my smug emote today.
Woo!
Go ahead and copy that down. That's the raid message. Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you again, Suga. Had a blast. I look forward to clipping all the funny parts from tonight's stream. Oh, Oishi-san MVP.
Literally just a giant highlight of us roasting the like absolute crap out of Oishi-san.
Yeah,
just like
good.
Why you're here, 14, my guy.
It's like, dude, there's a library. Quit smoking.
It literally like the moment I was actually like so like startled to look at him. I was like, hello.
Oh god, that's gonna be a great highlight.